So I just wanted to give you an example of like Romans 14:23, where it says, everything that does not come from faith is sin. So this is, my own personal story. One day I ran out of gas. Google told me to go one way, and I went that one way, and I later found out the gas was actually on the opposite side. I don't know if y'all have trouble with like Google giving all the wrong directions, but it does that a lot for me. And I don't know if because I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I saw also on the map that there was like a gas station further ahead, like not too far. So I was like, let me go to that one. But on our way there, we had ran out of gas. So I had noticed that the gas station was less than a mile away. So I was like, well, I can just walk this. It's no big deal. And then plus right now we are in the West Coast. From my personal experience from being in the West Coast for over a year now, it's way safer than the Southeast. Cause I'm from the South, if y'all know. My point is, it's been so comfortable compared to the South. So because of that, I had no fear in just walking to the gas station. On my way to the gas station, like I'm just walking, and then all of a sudden I get this feeling to call Uber. It was so random, you understand? Because like I said, I had no fear. I'm just walking, So I just shook it off as nothing. So I finally get to the gas station and, fill up the gas can. And then also logically speaking and then looking at my surroundings, I'm like, there's no way an Uber could even be out here. Because I remember when before I had this vehicle, we had to use Uber, and when we would go into like places where it was like small towns or in the middle of nowhere, like Uber didn't exist. Like there was no Uber. There would be like cabs and stuff. Anyway, there was this truck there that had saw me, and then when he had passed me, he like shouted out something, and then he went a little bit further and just waited. So that's when I was like, maybe I should get like some type of cab or something. So when I was on my phone, I was such in the middle of nowhere that the nearest cab people were like 30 miles away, like all of them. Even though they were 30 miles away, I'd still try to call to see if they could pick me up, but none of them were answering their phone. So what ended up happening is I was like, even though I'm in the middle of nowhere, and usually when that happens, there's no Uber around, even though it would make absolutely no sense for Uber to be around here, I'll give it a shot. And then when I downloaded the app and all that stuff, it turns out there was actually an Uber driver 10 minutes away from me. And I was like, wow, just imagine if I ignored that feeling I got to get an Uber, you understand? Just because I, base things off my own intellect, off my own experiences. Usually we come across a lot nice people and all that stuff. So I had no fear. And then, especially since I was just right up the street, it was under a mile walk. But because I put my faith in God more than my own intellect and understanding, did I dodge something that could have been life-threatening. So not only should we follow the 10 Commandments, as some of y'all have, shared with me, but we should also follow when God tells us to do something. So that goes along with, the whole understanding of Romans 14:23. How are you gonna put your faith in you more than that of God? What would have happened if I would have put more of my faith in me than that of God? It not only is sin going against, the commandments, as some of y'all have said, but also going against the word of God, the spirit of God, whichever. It's all about putting your faith in God above faith in yourself. What helped me strengthen my faith in God, you understand? That's what helped me further understand that God knows better than me.